Hey, you guys, there's snow business like soul business. We're here for season 16, episode 12 of Project Runway. We've still got a final 5. Stick around to see what we think about all of that 3 weeks in a row.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Touchdown!
Or home run.
I know, right?
Sort of that is.
Don't bring that up.
Sorry.
Hey, you guys, we're here for another Project Runway after show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, Michael Shirley, and oh my gosh, we have got a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
Yes, Miss Audrey Moore. Audrey Moore. Yes.
I need to reframe myself.
You're just fine.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So, tell everyone where they can find you on Instagram.
Hi, I'm Audrey Moore, and you can find me at Audrey Scores More on Instagram because I score all the time.
Hey.
Cool.
Yes. And we've got the regulars here on deck.
Yes. Hey, everyone. My name is Mayte Carrillo. You can find me everywhere at Mayte Carrillo _.
And I'm Hanna B. You can find me at Hanna B Tucker.
And Michelle is gone this week, but we miss her desperately. But so glad we've got
Hi, it's
Audrey
the guest
now.
now.
Yeah. Thank you for coming by. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, that's at Michael X Shirley. So, initial thoughts about the episode, you guys.
It was a weird episode, right?
It was.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Kenya and Margarita.
I do too.
I feel so bad for them. I'm
Yeah.
kind of angry for them as well.
Are you?
You feel like they're gonna go into it with like a little
Hesitant?
something on their shoulder, you
Well,
know.
Margarita did this time around. I could
She's
tell,
been
like,
struggling, right?
yeah, before they even showed all the drama, you could like see it in her eyes. Like
Yeah.
her vibe was just like brought down.
I feel like every episode starts off with her crying.
I'm just, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, girl,
That's our
get
girl.
it together.
She's emotional.
I know.
Her people are going through a lot, so she's really
That's
feeling
true.
it.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess it
very
was
true.
recorded before.
Yeah, she just actually did a fashion show here, and all of the proceeds went to
Puerto
the
Rico.
hurricane victims there.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
great.
Well, as I said in the intro, 3 weeks of the final 5.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I have a scoop for you guys about that.
Oh my gosh, tell us.
So I'm a huge Project Runway fan, and I
Yes.
have been so for like ever, right? Since like season 1.
Wow.
And yeah, going back.
OG, yeah.
OG, just like Bravo time, right?
Yeah.
And what you can do, so if anyone's like spoilers, you can actually go on YouTube and you can Google
Oh,
the season 16 Fashion Week for Project Runway, and you can see the designers who all show, and they know that, so what they do is the top 5 always go in anyway.
Yeah, and they
everyone
show the
shows.
3 on TV.
So like they're gonna go, and so that's the only thing to me. I wish they would just like let the cat out of the bag, because they're like, surprise, you're all showing, which I knew you know anyway, because it's
know.
always the top 5.
They
Yeah.
got me though.
Right?
I was
I
like,
know.
what?
Well, but see,
did.
it is important that they still stay in the competition, but what they don't say that. They're like, I just can't wait to show at New York Fashion Week. Nobody's like, I just can't wait to win Project Runway.
Yeah,
and that would
and
be
you
different, right?
Yeah, and you know they told Kenya to like walk in the room all sad,
know.
and they like drug it out too. I was like,
I
just
know.
tell us already.
You and I were
But
going crazy about her getting knocked out.
we were
like,
so sad.
No,
You said you were gonna
Yeah,
cry.
I
We
was
like-
I was like, I can't believe it. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, Kenya.
Why?
And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I see, she walks in and she's like, it's cool, I'm going to. But I'm the type of person that I like watching the show and then watching the runway. I kind of just prefer that.
Well, I've
like,
been
keep the
very
drama
vocal
separate.
about Kenya being my favorite.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I like the way she got through. You know?
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. I felt like it
sliding
was
through, like,
yeah, it
just-
was like
Oh, that way.
kind of bittersweet. I don't know. What do you think, Hannah?
I feel like it's a little hit or miss with her. Like I've really been rooting her on, and I love her as a person, and I think she has so much talent. Like every piece she designs, the construction is just fantastic, and it's on point. She has like a very set aesthetic as well. But I think in the end, I want to see maybe a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
I like her a lot, but I don't know if she's like high fashion. I think she's more like Macy's.
Really?
Kind of a brand.
I think she's urban in like she loves mixed prints, and she like to me she's like Brooklyn, or like
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like who said it? Was it Heidi or Nina? But one of them said that it's like a mixture of uptown and downtown.
Yes.
So it's like she kind of ties in both a little bit there.
I think so.
Her colors are usually very rich and like
very rich.
And it's so constructed, like it's so well constructed, Willie.
Yeah.
It's so greatly constructed that I feel like that is what makes it more luxe.
Yeah,
it's
I
very
agree.
bold too,
Right.
and I think
It is
that the
bold.
statement pieces kind of set her apart with the way she uses color. But I just didn't like the way she went in. I felt like someone needed to go home tonight. That's just me. I mean, you can't keep everybody. You can't keep
She
everybody.
got us with her story and her emotions, and that was just you just can't let.
By season 16, I'm like, I'm
it's
known
like-
to that.
You're like,
Cry,
cry somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it's like episode after episode, they're just giving so much opportunity away, and it's just like, come on, like
not
this is a
exclusive.
competition at the end of the day.
I did
Yeah.
feel that way about Margarita today. I was
little
just
bit.
like, come on, like, and I watch like every reality TV competition show, BTW, and there's always like one group, and so I'm wondering how much of it is editing too, but there's usually like one girl or guy who's just like, I just don't want to blow it, and then they like cry the whole episode that they like blow it, you know, and you're just like, get it together.
Some designers can't work as quickly as others.
I agree.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And we saw that with some of our favorites. They just couldn't do it like quite as quickly. Like I think we would have liked to see Amy in the competition longer.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would
Botany too. I think she needs a little extra time. Like with all the
Botany.
prints.
There's nothing
and-
wrong with that.
No, it's just a
No,
different way of
but
working.
Yeah,
you gotta be able to go fast to win this competition.
True.
If you're planning on entering the competition, I mean, the show's been around for so long.
You know what you're getting into.
You know, you have to know by now that you have to be able to work quick. And if it were me and I were going to compete, I would test myself. I'd be like, and you get orange, leopard print, and ninja outfit. Go. You know, like you have 3 hours to make it work. You know, just to like prep yourself. But
Do you have a favorite designer in the challenge, Audrey?
this challenge.
Or just in
general,
in just this
I think I'm with
season?
Kenya.
Kenya?
Yeah, I just love mixed prints. I love that sort of uptown meets
I feel like
downtown.
that is you.
Yeah.
Like,
It is
is
me,
that-
you
Like, what is the
I
Audrey
feel like
style?
my style is. It's funny. My boyfriend the other day was like, "You're like, it's like." Grandma cool, but then when you wear it, it's just like kind of cool. And I was like, okay. But I think vintage. I always like vintage, and I like it to be. I always veer a little more costumey, but my stylist is always like, let's bring it into the modern day. It's like, I'm in a musical, and she's like, let's take it down. Like,
No, I feel you with that.
You see what I'm
You're
saying?
committed,
Yeah.
I like it.
But I just never want to be boring. That's my thing. I'd rather be like a hot mess than be totally forgettable, right?
Yeah.
Well, was Kenya your favorite from the beginning, or were you
I
looking
think
at someone
so.
else in the beginning?
No, you find out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like Kenya, I mean, I would say Margarita was more forefront in the beginning. I thought some of her things were really, I don't know, elegant and sexy and sort of.
Do you see her aesthetic?
You
'Cause
know,
I feel
when
like
they
they
said
have
that,
yeah.
I agreed with them. I agree with you guys in the last show where you're like, she kind of got lost
Today
in it
was
a
a
little
little weird
bit.
for me.
Yeah.
I was
It's
like,
weird.
Yeah.
we'll get to that
We'll
in a
get
little
to it.
bit. Yeah.
For real.
Well, this was a cold weather challenge,
Yes.
and they had $400 in 2 days to make magic. And they start in the beginning by sketching in an ice bar. I don't know if
know.
either any of you been to one of those.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to.
I just went to one. If you go to the Queen Mary, the Halloween,
for
like,
Halloween?
thing that they had, you can't go now because it's done. But they have like an ice bar in the middle, which was like really.
How
it was exactly like
cool.
that. It was all made out of ice.
There's
and
one in
jackets.
Vegas.
There's
Okay.
one here too.
Girl, this LA, everything's here.
When
I just never heard of it.
like I went to one like a year after I moved here. It was probably like 2009, 2010, and it's called Nick's Martini Lounge in Beverly
yeah.
Hills. I don't know if it's still
Nick's
there.
is gone.
But they used to have a VOD box, which you would go into this ice room and you put on all these jackets and you just drink vodka. It was
Oh my gosh.
Can we do that like after the show?
We're gonna have to find a new one.
Are we going, guys?
We're gonna
there?
find
Vodka?
a LA ice
like
bar.
Yeah.
Um, So the workroom was pretty standard. Everyone was kind of doing their thing. Brandon was finished early.
Yeah.
Kintara was like draping stuff.
I know.
Margarita was
in beige.
crying. Like
Right.
it was all just pretty normal.
Yeah. But they gave her an extra 5 minutes,
They
which
did.
I was happy
Yes.
that they did.
I
Yeah,
want us to
that
talk
too.
about this for a
Let's
little
talk
bit.
about it.
Yeah.
So those of you who watched tonight with us, you saw that Margarita picked out rabbit fur, and they made this whole segment talking about her picking out which one.
And to be fair, I want to say too that she makes a real point that she's from Puerto Rico. She's like, I've never dressed for winter in my life. I don't even know what that means. And so I feel like she was picking fabrics for
They're
her
heavy,
that are
yeah.
heavy and interesting to her. And she probably doesn't know in New York, like it's not acceptable to wear fur. I mean, anywhere really. It's not. No, they still throw blood on you and shit. I'm telling you. They do.
I know, I've seen it.
I'm
yeah.
serious. It's still like really, really taboo. And so you have somebody like her who doesn't know, and so she picks what she picks.
Well, my big problem was with it is that Tim Gunn says this is a cruelty-free show.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere.
At the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, that's totally not the case because I have a PETA approved cruelty-free fashion brand. And for me to get that status with them, I had to take all the leather out of my lines. I had to take all the wool out of my
Yep.
lines.
Yep.
They use leather. They use wool. It's
Yes.
not cruelty-free. I mean, I
Well,
guess you want to.
Not only that, I'm sure all the patterns are made by little tiny children's hands too. Like, to be real.
Can't win.
Okay. But yeah, I don't feel like for me, I don't really feel like you can cut the line. I mean, maybe you eat the cow. With wool, I mean, you're not gonna like eat the sheep. I mean, I guess some
people eat
people
sheep,
do, but not a lot. It's
some
not
people
a,
Milk,
do.
maybe.
I don't often see it on the menus here.
Right. That's true.
I mean, lamb or whatever,
It's like
I
a
guess.
Swedish delicacy or
But
something.
I don't feel like, for me, that was just kind of like crappy because I've had to work around some of those things. And I don't feel, I feel like they threw that in there in kind of this way that was kind of haphazard. And it's like, if you're the biggest fashion competition on TV, why
should
would
know
you
that.
think that only fur, I mean, is cruelty free? Leather's, its skin is skin, whether
Yeah.
you've got long fur or short fur.
Yeah.
Well, and you made a good point too. You're like, this is like set up by the producers. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's,
I thought so.
Well, they let it go on a little long.
They
They
did.
did.
And I know that Tim really, and I trust like Tim Gunn with my life, you guys. Like who
I
doesn't,
do. You
right?
can't- you
Like you'd
can't
have you
hate
or
it.
not, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd walk down a dark alley with him like as my protector.
Oh, I would. I would.
You want to go with me? I got the taser.
Let's not get
funny.
started on that taser. That is a scary.
Oh my
ready.
gosh. That's for a different day. But
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say I trust him with my life, and he's really gone to bat for the producers in the past, and it's been like these are the most honest, integrity-driven producers, blah blah blah, and so it's
They
sort
still
of
want
like
good TV.
well, not only that, like, but is Tim gonna be like, okay, I'll not tell anybody, and then I'll do it after? Like that doesn't seem like Tim.
For me, it's more like either you can use animal byproducts or you
agree.
can't.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why was Sean able to make that leather dress
Right.
and no one batted an eye? Why is there like leather on the JCPenney wall? I mean,
Right.
let's be real, it's probably not leather, you guys.
Maybe one piece.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just, they threw that in for some drama. Have we never seen fur on Project Runway before?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen it before. But MX on our live chat, he's like, nonetheless, the situation should have been explained to the contestants during their first trip to Mood. And then also, Olga says, Tim said they were fur-free. Margarita is the one who said cruelty-free. And then Mama Otter said, interesting that they can use leather but not fur. As you would say.
We need to go back and look and see if he does say that, but I thought he said both, but I could be wrong. I was just like, no.
I thought he said both too, but I don't
think
know.
he said fur-free. I think
he
that's
said
right.
fur-free, too.
But still,
then she
I
said-
don't
Yeah.
think that the words are the problem. I
Right.
think it's like you
All
can't
together,
pick,
everything.
pick and
Yeah.
choose what's mean
Yeah.
enough.
You mean fashion is hypocritical? That's so weird.
I mean, you guys don't enjoy wearing those high-heeled stilettos?
No, I don't. I do love them.
They feel great.
I
Wear them
just,
every day.
I also feel like too, though, that he should have said to them, I wonder if the producers like came in and were like, "Oh, she's buying fur and she can't." And maybe Tim forgot.
No, the producers hear everything. They know exactly what's
I don't think
going
they
on.
interfere. I think they knew at the end.
Interfere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you have the
I think in the
designers back
confessionals,
on.
yeah, but I don't know about in the work. I mean, I don't know about in mood. I feel like they're going so crazy. Like the producers are just kind of like not getting trampled.
I see.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a big show. Either way, like the rules need to be set from the very beginning, and everyone should know about it, hands down.
Well, I thought the faux fur she picked was really nice
I did too. It was.
initially,
I know.
but
You hate it.
the finished product, I don't know. Sorry, girl.
know.
But this week we had a guest judge, Katie Holmes. Something else I would like us to talk about for a minute.
Gosh. We all got so nervous.
Who wants to go first? She has your haircut.
She does. She's always had my haircut though.
She's like stalking your Instagram.
Her and Maggie Gyllenhaal, like every time I grow it long, they grow it long, and every time I cut it short, they cut it short. And I've even been in like any bookstore or whatever around town. They're like, hey.
Do people mistake you for Maggie
Gyllenhaal? I'm
Gyllenhaal?
her. And I have like whole conversations.
Do you sign-
and then they're
do you
like,
sign autographs
no, but
Maggie
I should.
Gyllenhaal?
But it happens the other way. Friends of mine, I have a friend who had a whole conversation with her at like Bloomingdale's and was like, "You're not Audrey Moore." She's like, "No." She's like, "You're Maggie Gyllenhaal." She's like, "Yes."
You look like her doppelganger.
I would be signing everything Maggie G.
Maggie G.
When you check into a hotel, it's Maggie G.
Yeah, Maggie G.
Like,
that should be my phone name, right? It'll be my celebrity name.
Yes.
My fake name.
Why not?
Do
That'd be
it.
hilarious.
Something cute. That the other guest judge we had, not on our show, but they had in the middle, and she got super mad at one of the designers for talking about like a plus size model was like hard to design for.
Yes, I saw that one.
Maggie Q. That's her name.
Maggie Q.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
She was on Nikita.
Wow, you have good
She
memory.
was Nikita.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Katie Holmes, super weird. I
Don't know what to do, right? I think it's her people must be, because how long has it been since, right? Like since the breakup. It's been enough time, and I feel like her people are like, now I think it's time we
you need
like,
to be in the spotlight.
like we like you up a little bit.
Does she have a movie coming out or something?
I don't think
They
so.
don't ever though. Project Runway is so random.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
random.
Because I think the timing between when they film and also when it airs is so random also
Yeah.
that I don't think they're timing it to like, and they have
We
this
saw that
premiere.
with the kids movie that had come out, and
yeah,
it was
like
like
3
it come
months,
out
yes.
months ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the only thing safe is like a Shopkins doll, where like it's existed, it's going to continue to exist.
Yes,
Yeah.
for
True.
sure.
Right?
Very true.
It's just you don't see her much. She's so private, you know, like just Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx and her.
she is.
So like, I was just kind of shocked that she was there. Like I thought she would be like too cool for something like that.
That's what I
you
thought she
know?
was.
But that's why I'm saying that her people are like, now you can float a little,
Yeah.
but like subtly. Let's put you on
Well, she
Project
seemed
Runway.
totally like well, like all her
Confident,
thoughts
she
were well
Yeah.
thought
She
out.
had great
and-
input.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she's been wearing beautiful clothes for a long time now, so she knows her shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. But still, it
Very
took me
odd.
back a little bit.
I even audibly was like, oh, I forgot. Katie's here. Because I remember I saw that next week, last
Yeah, yeah,
week,
yeah.
and then I was like, oh, there she is.
I just don't feel like, I don't know, it's kind of strange because she has to input who gets to go to New York Fashion Week. And it's like, you haven't even seen all of the designs. Like, how do you know what to say?
They always have that.
I
You
was
know,
going
they
to say
always
that.
have
Do you
that.
really think those... Do you
Maybe
think,
they
do you
just
really
don't.
think... If it were me, like guys, if I was like super Katie Holmes fame and they had me on, I would not feel comfortable being a part of the decision-making process. I would be like, here's my critique for television, but actually...
Yeah, I don't think they care about that. I
Yeah.
think they just were like,
they're
"You're our
cool.
biggest
Just
star.
want
You're
to
doing
do
our
it.
last
Just want to
challenge."
do it.
Yeah. Well, now let's get into what all of you guys have been waiting for. Let's get into the looks. First up, we've got Brandon, and
yes.
this jacket he's got on. He's got this whole like skiing vibe,
Yeah.
like lots of shearling, lots of layers, like a
Wax
muff
cotton.
fanny pack. Very Brandon, and pantyhose on the head. Looks like she's about to.
Pantyhose.
She's gonna rob an ice chalet.
She's gonna rob your fur coat.
Right?
And I thought
put blood on it.
the bag was thoughtful, being that he like always is ready early. At least he was like, well, I'll make a bag.
Napping. Oh
Yeah,
my
I know.
gosh.
But for me, all of his layered stuff always looks kind of like haphazard and unfinished. Like, I don't feel like he does like seams and like hem stuff. I feel like it's all like raw edges for the most part, and I just don't like that.
It's funny because you see that, and then I saw a close up on the zipper, and it was just like detailed, like red lining. You know what I mean? Like it was so well constructed. So it's like, is it on purpose or I don't know? I mean, I guess if he's napping and he has like so much time left over.
I liked this jacket. It's a jacket, right? It's a coat. No, it's a coat jacket.
It's an outfit.
It's an outfit, yeah. Well, I mean, I like the coat itself. The only thing is that this is another crop top. Like we're seeing this again
For winter.
For winter. So in case you're not, you get hot a little bit with a coat, at least you get to, have a little midriff show.
Let's just hope she's not going to like a Chicago or a New York.
Isn't he in Utah?
Right.
that. Maybe that's what they're doing in Utah. They're just like covered on top and sexy underneath.
Maybe.
I don't know. I felt like the thing that bugged me the most is that all the white fabric was sticking to the wax cotton.
Yeah, I know.
And so
Yeah,
it
it looked
looked
messy.
like she rolled around in
Yeah.
like cat fur.
Yeah, it looked
And I
like the
just wanted to,
shearling was stuck on it,
stuck
but it
on
was
it.
just actually like if you made a line in a candle with wax, it was just these like, it just looked messed
Crease
up and
marks.
old, like it was deteriorating. Was
But
what
I
it looked
wonder
like to
if
me.
in person that looks cool, because that's always my thing. Whenever the judge is like, "I love it," I'm like, they must be seeing something else.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And, right?
Yeah. I'm shocked they didn't say anything about it looking messy. Like Nina, I was like waiting for it when she was talking about the outfit, and I was like, ugh.
But see, like, I
on.
trust Nina.
You trust Nina.
I do. And so the fact that she's like, yeah, I think it's so fabulous. I'm Nina Garcia. It's incredible. I was like, yes, I guess. But I wrote down 90s Ninja Snow Bunny.
Okay.
can see that.
And when she takes the coat off, Yoga Ninja.
Heck yeah.
Right?
Katie
totally
Holmes.
see that.
Katie Holmes said this outfit was sexy. Do you guys agree?
No,
I
the
don't
crop top
think.
maybe a little bit, but
I think like
It's not. I mean, I could see where she's saying that it's sexy because of the crop top, and maybe she thinks that's showing like a little skin, which it is. But I don't see this at all as sexy, especially with the headpiece. Like
I thought they were gonna hate on that hat, and Hattie's like, it's so
know.
cute.
No,
everything
come
he
on.
does, they
know.
love.
They
Like it's
do.
crazy.
I blame that on her being German, though. Maybe it's a cultural thing, right?
that's true.
I have to add Olga. She's like, it's the same outfit he always makes, but in a heavier material.
Yeah.
Also, anyone who chooses to wear that in the snow deserves a tummy frostbite.
I agree.
Well, that's the thing is like all of his outfits are just a blur to me. Like none of them stand out, and that's what I don't like. I want something that I'm like, oh
Well,
yeah.
They reaffirmed what I said. They could see his
Collection.
you know, and I think that's why he keeps getting at the top. For
Well,
me, I gave this look 3 stars because I'm like, it's okay. It's what he does.
Yeah.
I've seen worse from him. I've seen better from him. What do you guys give it?
A 3 because it looks. I mean, they're all great outfits. But
Interesting.
It's like, yeah, interesting. But I'm like, okay, well, yet again, the same thing. So.
Yeah, I gave this look as well a 3. I really like that coat though in the sterling.
like the coat.
I would buy that.
I did like the zipper detailing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fitting that he made the pull tie really long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I put
That's
straps,
his
check
thing.
mark.
We know.
I gave it a 4, but only because I think that it is really well executed. I just don't. I would never wear it. But I'm just.
What
it's
about
just,
the hat?
God no. I mean the hat. If anything, the hat takes it to a 2. But I can see Katie Holmes like in like Malibu doing yoga in the like ninja part.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then
Yeah.
I would wear the jacket. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think it was really well executed. And then compared to everyone else, I was like, well, that's why it's on the top.
Well, next up, we've got Margarita.
Oh, Margie.
Oh,
Margarita.
gosh.
Look at Lyris. Can we talk about Lyris?
Yes,
Like real
please.
quick because
She's like, if she doesn't like it,
if she doesn't,
she's like,
no, I feel like if she doesn't like
making
you,
that
I don't-
nasty
I don't know.
face.
I get it.
She
Like,
makes a stank face.
I mean, as a model, you're a canvas. You're the hanger for the clothes. So you're not supposed to have an opinion. You're supposed to wear the
told
clothes.
you I didn't like that model room where they give their opinion.
I understand.
The confessional.
I will say, being that it is a platform on television and they do give them the outlet, as a model, I do appreciate that. So it depends on the situation. In the the mirror room, it's like, okay, I get it. But she just, oh my God, she was like rolling her eyes. Even Margarita said it. She was like, I see it in the eyes. She doesn't like it, you know?
But you know what sucks too is that, like, if you're, I get it, like, if your model is making all these faces and feeling uncomfortable, like, that just puts more pressure on the designer.
She's just
and
too
she just
sassy
didn't
for a
need
model. Like I modeled for 10
it's
years.
reality TV. You have to put the sassy model on the show.
That's why she's still here, probably.
Yes, because that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I want to know how they
that.
decide what model to get rid of.
Because they want the
that too.
sassy one.
Because you know the end one
they have
wins
Kintaro's,
the
right.
spread.
Yeah.
Like, have they? I don't think they've officially paired off with anyone.
Well, I had a question about that I wrote down for all of us to discuss, which is, for the finale, do you think they're going to make them choose plus size? Because always they've been able to choose their own model spread, and they do a casting of their models. And so I wonder if, because Tim was at the end, not to jump, but he was like, I'm not sure, there's going to be more information, just so you know. I wonder if he's going to be like, you have to design for size blah, blah, blah.
They always
size,
throw
blah,
in an
blah.
extra outfit.
Right?
They might throw in a plus size outfit.
girl.
They have to.
but
That's the whole focus
Of
of
the show.
the show.
I want to feel like they'll probably let them cast their models how they want them to look, because they're going to be making these clothes how they want them to look ahead of time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to give them their own platform, like choose as a designer, in New York Fashion Week, you know, as it would be if they.
Because I could see Kenya doing like a real plus size show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would totally do it.
And
I don't think
Kintaro
they'll
not.
make them though, because what would
be
Brandon's
interested.
show look like?
I
They couldn't
know.
have that.
Or Kintaro's.
I know, right?
Right?
Well, let's talk about this hot mess. Margarita, I love you so much. You're so sweet, and I loved our time together.
And so talented.
But I would have sent you home for
Me
this.
too.
This is bathrobe central. Like, it's like you put the rug you step on, you wrap yourself in that, and then you put the bathrobe
On
on.
top.
It's like, I don't know. I just
funny.
can't. This is just so bad. It just looks like an old grizzly bear. Like,
I really didn't hate this. I'm not gonna lie. Like at first, I was really scared to see where she was going with it.
even the lining popping out in the back and everything.
that
was
was-
not appealing.
And the blue trim on
Okay, I'll
the
give you that.
bathrobe
And they had
I'll
the
give you
fuchsia
that.
it
in
was
the
like
back.
needed to be ironed.
What was up with the fuchsia in the back? I didn't
didn't
get it.
see
It
it.
just was like the
wasn't
lining.
open.
Margarita,
Yeah.
why are you doing this to us?
I would have liked to see maybe the as like a coat dress, but then like peaks of fur somehow. Like I know, was it 2 seasons ago? The fur collar was really in on the runway. So, or it was like more like a choker. So I can see like the inspirations with that, and but yeah, like maybe peaks of fur.
Yeah, I think less would be more with
a
the
peek of
fur
fur.
in this outfit.
She
I
didn't know
don't
what
hate
to
it.
do, so I feel like Tim was like, just make a dress, do something, and she's like, okay, like she was running out of time.
Well,
But that's her fault
you know?
too, because I actually liked the yellow dress. Like they didn't even really show it to
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
but
we
I
didn't
thought
see
the
it
color
really.
was really beautiful. But again, like I like everything to be like a costume, and he was like, "It's like a costume from the '40s." So I was like, "Yes, it
Well, it would
is."
have been nice to see how it would have turned out.
Because
like, the
I
overall
think yellow
product.
with those colors, I'm like pointing like everyone can see, yellow with the pink and the purple could have been really beautiful, but they
don't
didn't do
think
it.
so.
They're like,
The
That
ba-
yellow was way too
I
bright.
can't. I mean,
it's too mustard
Yeah.
yellow.
also the way like it was going against the grain, like the like when
Yeah,
it
it was
going
like up like
and
that.
it was
It
like, I
was.
wanted to think that could work, like maybe if it was like cut out, but not as like the
Right.
whole piece.
Oh,
It
I
makes
see
you
what you
just look like
mean.
you've got a big old hairy
That would
chest.
have
I
been
don't
really
know.
cool if she did take. Maybe she didn't have enough fabric, but like sections of the.
You've got something. Sorry, go on.
Like if you created more of like a structured product out of the fur and did cutouts and like made it not like a bandage dress, but you know what I'm saying? Like
I think it's
shapes
hard
kind
to
of.
do much
would-
with like
yeah.
that fur
It
unless
would-
you cut
yeah.
it into little strips
Yeah.
and
But it
like
might have given it more
A
shape.
detail,
I'm
just
glad-
like you said,
Detail.
smaller.
Yeah, I'm glad she added the belt because without it,
Oh,
it
God.
would have just looked so much more different.
I think it looked kind of like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Flintstone vibe.
Flintstone.
But when
He's
she-
in his wife's bathrobe.
Oh gosh, I agree with you that I like the coat, And I did like when it was just like that, and it looked like it was maybe a scarf or something.
Yeah.
I thought
It's
it
like
did
little
look
hints.
luxe.
You're sweet.
No, I'm serious. But then when she takes it off, I wrote, Chewbacca got rich. Great quote. Which is terrible
really
because I
Chewbacca
think
got
Lyris is so beautiful, and she's got such great attitude. And I thought she owed her a lot, because I thought if it was any other model who didn't know how to really work something, she would have definitely gone home.
That color of fur is very Chewbacca Ewok.
Right?
Yeah, it's very
That's
Star
what I'm
Wars.
saying.
Yeah,
It was a
very
Star Wars runway for me. Yeah.
She's like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
She was.
I gave
Like,
this 1 star. What about y'all?
Oh.
God.
I gave 2.5.
I gave 2.
I think I gave this 2 stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I gave it 3.
What?
Yeah.
What
I
were
think
you
it
watching?
Said, no, I think it
Nina
said
Garcia.
no. Yeah. Oh, I think it was a coat. I
Yeah,
really
I
liked
like
the
the
coat. That's what I put.
I can get you
The
one
coat
for
made
your
it better.
birthday.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's a nice one. It was wrapped too. I just
about-
didn't like the length.
What about you, Audrey?
I said 2.
Y'all are so
I love
nice.
that coat. Yeah.
I'm just straight up objective.
Okay, good.
It's the time too. I don't know. It's just
Yes.
everything all together.
I would send
it was
my
so
own-
emotional for me too as a viewer.
I'd
watching
send my
it.
own mother home. I'm
Yeah.
like, bad job.
Out she goes.
What are you doing?
Next up, we have got Ayanna. And this, well, for all of you in our podcast, we've got like a asymmetrical long line coat that is pink on top, black on bottom, and she went to town with the paint, and it's got this weird fedora and kind of almost a gestury looking, but it's a houndstooth jumpsuit with a harem.
That's an
crotch.
excellent description that you just
Well,
did.
thank you. I hope you podcasters liked it as much as Audrey did. But I thought the jumpsuit was cool. I know they thought it looked a little costumey, and that's why I felt like the court jester kind of comes in. But I could see it maybe with some really high boots, no jacket at all, like in a fashion magazine, like a Twiggy kind of thing. But
I can
for
see
me, the jacket, there you can see a second photo of it. This jacket actually unzips into a crop jacket. And I felt a lot was going on. They liked the jacket, and they didn't like the jumpsuit.
Right.
And I felt kind of the opposite way. I mean, I didn't love the jumpsuit. I mean,
Right.
but like, I don't know. I thought it was better than the last look we saw. But this look for me was very DVF, and I did find it to feel kind of high fashion.
I also saw a little bit of Kate Spade in there, but she was totally channeling like the Jacksons today. There was like Jackson
Yeah.
Pollock with the paint splattering, and then there was Michael Jackson with the hat a little bit. So
Yeah.
to
And
me,
the jacket a little bit's kind of thriller in like a weird kind of
A
way.
little bit.
Janet
It's the
Jackson-y,
cut.
right?
It's
Yeah.
the cut of it,
Yeah.
the length.
it's just
Yeah.
overall, I feel like she was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. So she was like really ambitious, and I think she maybe overdid it. I like to see it simplified a little bit for me.
That hat is just.
I know,
I
it's
can't
so
deal.
bad.
I
It's
keep
modest,
focused.
that's
It's like
why.
80s cigar bar.
Yeah, like I keep looking at the hat.
It
and
was
it's
better than the
just-
first hat, to be fair.
Oh, for sure.
As Tim always says, use the JCPenney wall
Makes sense.
very wisely, because
Wisely.
we all know that wall is a disaster.
That wall can change your whole outfit.
Yeah, we can see it right here.
But this just didn't work in her favor, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about this besides the hat that I'm just not feeling.
I find the jacket unfashionable.
I feel like the whole thing looks like she's in a Broadway musical from 1983.
It is very like
there's a Broadway musical
Broadway.
called Chess, which is about a bunch of chess players, and I want you guys at home to
The
Google
print.
it, because
I feel like I'm getting
telling
it.
you, the whole thing, if you Google that, you'll see the images, and it looks like if we redid it for like a revamp, this would be the outfit that they would put them all in, except the chess player gets murdered and the blood splatters all over
Oh,
their jacket.
Well, how many stars did everyone give this?
1.
2. I gave it 2 just because of the
no.
pants. I like the way
Did you
that
see the butt of those pants though?
I didn't. I liked the way the
no.
crotch looked,
Oh.
but we had this one crotch tonight.
No, I know exactly which one you're
I
talking
don't
We're
about.
know.
gonna get to that one.
Yeah. How many
I gave
stars
it
did you give it?
1.
One.
Oh, wow. So you guys really didn't like this one. No. Well, I thought this crotch was heaven compared to our next outfit.
Oh, my gosh.
Which is
Look at that crotch.
Oh,
coming up right now. There you go.
Oh, we don't have it. Oh, I didn't get a picture of the crotch, but I called it Starfish Crotch. It was like this weird, like, pleat that went in with a dart, and it was just wonkadoo. But it's strange pleating.
And now that I see it like that in the frame, because that's what's so interesting about when you see a still of a photo versus when you see it moving, it's not as flattering on her as I felt
or
like
her
it
pose.
was. Right.
Yeah, it's not flattering either.
Yeah. For all of you guys listening, this outfit by Kenya is very, very thick plaid, very, very thick material actually too, and underneath there's a white billowy polka dot.
It's like a chia seed. Looks like a chia seed print
jacket with some cutouts with some like frosted cutouts, and the pants are like a business pant, but
high, like way high waisted.
Something very wrong with the midsection. I thought the jacket was cool, very 70s Harold and Maude. But the shirt was very wintry, but it was ugly.
Yeah. Well, the thing I love about Kenya is she's always like creating for her client. She just has this full description of who she's dressing.
Very much.
And I really, really appreciate that about her. I think that this outfit maybe got like a little lost in translation, because to me, like, I love it when contrasts are mixed together, but I don't really see where this one ended up exactly.
I think the coat should have gone all the way to the floor. I think that would have looked really
that would
have
been
beautiful. Like maybe even like a little train.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Like the coat was a signature of this look.
And like maybe not even take it off.
Yeah. So you would expect for what she's wearing underneath to be like, wow, like you saw the coat, you're like, ooh, that's a nice coat, and then underneath it's like, whoa. I was so skeptical when she was choosing this fabric, because she was like describing it. I wasn't. I'm like, ooh, that looks a little old, like, I don't know, kind of outdated. And then I saw it on her, and I was like, I take it back. Like, I love how this looks.
What do you think, Audrey?
I love the coat. I mean, I would buy that yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Very vintage feel.
So vintage 70s. I love it. And I agree. I like, especially with her body proportions, I'd like it longer. Like, one of the fashion tricks for styling is that the length from your hips to the bottom of whatever piece you're wearing shouldn't be whatever that width is. It should match the other side. Yeah. So if it's how do I say it on podcast? If you're 14 inches on the waist, then it should be longer than 14 inches from the waist to the knee.
Ah, okay, I got what you're saying.
So that it lengthens you out, and you can kind of tell in this picture it's not quite long enough to do that. Her hips look wider than the actual coat.
It kind of looks all pulled together.
Yeah, it makes you look like a box as opposed to look,
And I think Zach Posen had a good point. He said he wasn't a fan of the styling, and I'm not either. Like, that hair, like, the coat is so bulky. I wouldn't want, like, a slick down thing like that. I want to see, like, a big old afro.
Yeah, I do too. Like, go with the 70s coat vibe.
Yeah.
Right? And then I totally agree with, I think it was Nina who said that it was a totally different girl on the inside than it was on the outside.
For sure.
And I can see that outfit again on, like, some cool, like, musician girl in Brooklyn, like the inside outfit. You know how some of those girls in Brooklyn, they're like, I don't know, I wear like 80s business clothes to do my concert, right?
Very Brooklyn.
Right, but then the outside with it, I just didn't feel worked together.
Olga in our live chat says they need to stop putting plus size models in short-waisted shirts and high-waisted pants.
Yes. I agree.
I think they kind of make what they want, but they do. I mean, she more than any of the other ones, I feel like are a little bit about what the model wants to wear. But I think the others, kind of like Kintaro last week, like would have never put someone in that. It was the same model. I would have never put that model in his like origami
or when he put
outfit.
Lyris in, you know that.
Don't! Oh my god!
Why did you say that?
I gave this 2 stars. What about you guys?
I gave it 2 as well.
I gave it 3.
I gave it 3.5 because I love the coat. Yeah.
I gave it 2 because I like the coat too, but I don't know, it just wasn't enough for me.
And I want to also say the print in the workroom, or when she first brought it out, I was like, oh yes, I love that black and white print. But then it didn't work.
It looked like something she had used before. She looked like the 101
The cutouts looked handmade to me in a bad way.
Like, she just didn't do it. Yeah.
Well, next up we got Kintaro, our last outfit of the night, and I was surprised I liked this because when he was making it, I was like, like, I don't know. But I definitely agreed with them. This should have won. I mean, well, they didn't pick a winner, but they announced him first. So I'm guessing they liked his best.
Yeah.
Very snow bunny, like not in a bad way. And I feel like you could see a model like Kendall Jenner, like rocking the shit out of this.
Totally. Or I mean, Heidi would have looked amazing. Katie would have looked amazing in that.
Well,
you don't think so?
I mean, she might look good in it, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would look like
her.
Style.
Right? That's true. That's true.
So for all you guys in the podcast, this is like a sculpted like wrap. I don't know. It's just very sculptural.
It's like sculpted ninja wrap short
sweatsuit
and
thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Leggings.
very
Half
Kintaro.
leggings. His
Yeah,
little
very
Shorts.
undescribable. What did you guys think about this outfit?
I loved this look from Kintaro, and I'm so happy that he actually went with soft tones because I know it's something that he works well with, and he actually pulled it off. And the fact that the material is a little bit thicker than what he's usually, typically works with. The shorts, as soon as I saw her like walk out, I'm like, are those shorts? Like I couldn't really tell. But then when she turned around and I saw the slits, I'm like, sold. Like, I would wear that outfit completely.
Cool.
Kintaro's outfit today made me want to see a final runway show from him when I never felt that way before, and now I feel like I want to see it.
Yeah, and this doesn't look at all like Brandon's outfit, as last week when we were talking about it.
No, it doesn't.
It
Yeah, it
looks
looks
more
like
like,
his own.
Which I
like this
which I
is
like.
him.
And you get that like ballet dancer still thing from him that he always
You
does.
do get that very,
which
very
I
much
think is
so.
lovely. The color is sort of a blush pink, ballerina pink, and then the stockings and then the hair bun, like all of that really works. And he has a really great model for him. I hope he uses her.
Yeah,
in his
I feel
finale.
like they were
Really get
together
along.
every week.
Yeah.
A lot
They've
of
been together
weeks.
like more than 3
Yeah,
times.
I wonder if maybe
think.
they get to pick their models from who's
Maybe.
left over. They just really haven't clarified it for us
They
on the
haven't.
show.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I gave this 4 stars. Wanted to give it 5, but not quite.
Because of the crotch. Is that why?
No, the crotch is
No, if
5.
you saw his crotch and it's without the jacket on, I was like, no.
He focuses on the crotch, you
No,
guys.
no, I just
He's a
it
crotch
wasn't
police.
like
Right?
it wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but I thought it was the best one on the runway tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to wear this now in LA
too.
because it's like
It's
it's
kinda-
getting
it's
cooler
kinda
out.
cold,
It's
yeah.
like it reminds me of like
This
the
is a good
latte
LA one, right?
froth. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Isn't he
comfy,
here?
cozy.
He is
Yeah.
here.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's designing for us.
Oh yes.
How
I
many
gave
stars?
this 5 stars.
Okay.
I gave it 5 also.
Nice.
Yeah, I
I
loved
gave
it.
4.
Well, now that we got this wrapped up, I want to ask you a little bit about your
Oh my
career. You're an
goodness.
actress here
I
in
am.
Hollyweird.
Yes, but listen, I want to keep this part short because whenever I listen to you guys and somebody like moves to the guest, and I was like, nobody cares about the guest. Like, let's talk fashion. So we'll do me quick. Okay.
Well, you guys might have seen her on Better Call Saul,
That's
which is
right.
the prequel to Breaking Bad.
That's right.
And you play someone not so nice, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would say I'm on the possibly not the nice side.
But you've got something coming out really soon that I know you're really
do.
excited about.
I have a show on Netflix that comes out Thanksgiving weekend. So if you're like, debilitated from turkey coma,
need a
then
binge.
you need a binge-worthy show. It's called Godless. It's so great. It's so topical for now. It's a bunch of women in this town, and when the show starts, all the men have been killed in a mining accident.
Whoa.
So it's all these women that are just sort of left to fend for themselves amongst the bad guys. And they suit up, you guys, these ladies.
And you're one of the ladies.
I'm one of the ladies.
I'm excited to
It's really
see.
great. Michelle Dockery, from those of you guys who know her from Downton
Yeah,
Abbey.
for
love
sure. Is she in the
She's
town?
it. She is.
I'm watching.
She's the best. She is. And then Merritt Weaver, who you guys might know from Nurse Jackie. She won the Emmy for that. She's on it.
She's on The Walking Dead too. Well, she was
She
killed
is.
off.
She was
but-
killed off on Walking Dead too, and she works all the time. But all of the ladies, they were so incredible. And then we have Jeff Daniels is in it. He plays the bad guy, and Jack O'Connor, who is just like so melting. You guys, he's so sexy. You would know him
Is he
from.
from Jack O'Connor? Is he in Skins?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. See,
Stop.
now
Cook?
they know. Yes.
Cook?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
we're
what
so
a hottie.
sexy, right? I know. I just love him. And
Tell me you get a love scene with him.
I do have some moments with him. It's not a love scene, but you know, my character is Sarah Doyle, and she just like is hard up for a man the whole show. So anyone that comes into town, she's like, hey.
Well, I think you've won us all over. Okay, we all like someone on that show.
If you like girls and guns and cute guys,
you're gonna love
tune
it.
in.
Well, it sounds like this is after this, we'll probably be seeing a lot more from you. This sounds like a really great cast. Career changer, maybe.
I hope so. Yeah, we'll see. I'm working and happy to be working more. So always good. You guys know.
Yes.
Well, if you guys want to see more of Audrey, you can see her on Godless, coming out when?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving weekend. Where can everyone find you on the internet, Miss Audrey Moore?
You can find me on Instagram. Is mostly where I'm at Audrey Scores More, AUDREYSCORESMOORE.
Get it. All right.
It's in the lower thirds in case you didn't get that.
I'm a speller. I'm the worst speller.
Hey guys, you can find me everywhere at Mayte Carrillo _.
And you can find me at Hanna BEE Tucker.
And you can find me at Michael Shirley on Twitter and Instagram. And you do another after show here.
Yeah, I do. Yes, The Voice.
Yeah.
Every Tuesdays.
What time?
At 8 o'clock.
Yay.
And I do Marvel TV weekly. If you guys are superhero fans, you can check that out on Mondays at 7 o'clock. So I think that about wraps it up. We got our final 5, and only 3 designers will show. So I think next week we're gonna find out who it is. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a great time with you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.